Well, good morning, friends. It's Catherine with KTG Outdoors. We are out on the Mountain Loop Highway where it's raining and wet, of course, but not snowy and not terribly cold, amazingly. And this was an unplanned trip, and I will tell you that this is a real lesson to me and a lesson I'm going to pass on to you. The times right now can make many of us feel like the world is collapsing around our ears, because in many ways it is. Today, Ronald McDonald House decided to kick out a 5-year-old who's suffering from leukemia and his papa because they won't get the jab. A 5-year-old. Evil is afoot in the land. After a certain point, and you may be more aware of your body than I am, after a certain point, your body can't take the feeling of oppression, feeling like you can't get there from here. I'm waiting on money to be able to move, to be able to settle things, and trying to do my work, my writing work, and I haven't been out in the woods. Well, guess what happened? I haven't been able to sleep. My heart's been pounding about 80 beats a minute, 70 to 80 beats a minute, no matter what I'm doing. Okay, that's not right. I have a really great vascular system. All of a sudden it starts freaking out. All of a sudden I stop being able to sleep. Oh, I haven't been out in the woods in a while. Oh, I can't take everything that's happening. I'm a political junkie. I'm seriously into the news because I speak courage into people's lives. But the outdoors exists for a very specific reason. And if you're like me, sometimes you take a kick in the head. Oh, I'm going to lay there and not sleep while my heart pounds and I think I'm having a heart attack or an anxiety attack. Oh, I need to get out in the woods, Papa. Okay. So I'm at the old Roby Trail. I'm actually on the other side of the road because I've never stopped here before. I've always gone farther in. And it says it's the Roby Canyon Regional Park. Please stay on the trail. Okay, well, that's fine. Area dangerous to unleashed dogs. I don't know if I'm going to stay over here. Anyway, I got to go back and get my pack. But this is just the prelude to the rest of the trip. There's a road, stretches forever as far as I know, and it looks like it's flat. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remember what I'm about. I can't fix all this stuff with my head. There's a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work for patriots to do. Number one, take care of your spirit. And I got a kick in the head. Well, in the past week, I haven't been able to sleep at all, and my heart's been pounding, dizzy, not feeling right. I need to get out and get my spirit right with God and get my spirit right with the mountains, and there's no substitute for it. Be smarter than Catherine from KTG Outdoors, who makes her living doing this. Get you to the great outdoors. Breathe. Give your cares away. Everything will be okay. But your body will tell you if you're lying. So, I'm going to go grab my golf umbrella. It's not just for golf. It's for days like this when you're hiking on the flat spaces. And we're going to go and check out the Roby Trail. More later. I'm not going to walk while I'm filming this because it turns out this side of the road is the actual place where people go, and you're walking down the side of a cliff, essentially, down. Well, I guess it gets down to the river at some point. One drawback, the things that are all downhill on the way back up, they're all uphill. So I'm going for it. I'm bringing my umbrella today because we're going to make sort of an impromptu bivouac when we get down to wherever we're going. And I didn't want my pants to get wet, and I didn't really feel like wearing my my wet weather trousers because they're too hot. But it sticks way up above my pack, so I've got to be careful when I go under the trees. I've tried to pull myself down already a couple of times, but hey, that's what you do. My papa loved to play games. When we were really small, we go camping and we play hide and go seek. And in the woods, of course, it's very exciting and it's very hard to find people, and it was so much fun. And there was one day we were playing hide and go seek, and I think one of my brothers was seeking, and I was down below a log, and I looked around and I saw a piece of moss, just like this. And then I saw that piece of moss, and that piece of moss raised up just about 2 inches, and all I saw were my dad's eyes in his glasses, and he looked one way, and he looked another way, and then he looked at me, and I could see him smile, and then he just went right back down below that log. And around here, there is so much, you can see it too on all the trees, there's so much moss. It's just, I mean, it's inches thick. And so, of course, I laughed as soon as I saw him, and he started giggling, and we got caught. But the whole thing is, 60 years later, I was probably 4, so 58 years later, I'm still looking at the moss and thinking, man, I bet we were out here. I bet we were out here camping, and he decided to pull some moss off that log and play hide and go seek. And so it brings back great memories. And it's kind of fun to take moss and put it on your head. Just saying. There. Perfect. You just never know how God's going to bless you when you come out. Because usually I don't like to see other people, especially if I'm feeling a little touchy. But a couple of the friendliest homeboys just came down, John and Buck, and they know the area, and they're from here. And we had a great conversation just about nothing, about how beautiful it is and what the rest of the trail looks like. And of course they've been here before and I've never been. And yeah, just felt really connected with people that are like-minded and happy and wonderful. So thank you, God. Thank you, John and Buck, for stopping by. And I'm gonna have a little coffee and a little snack right now. One of the things one of the fellows said when he was down here and we were talking was that his brother patrolled the highway here. And so John said that he was glad to see a safe and friendly person here. Because not everybody that comes to the great outdoors comes to it with the right spirit or treats it well. And it's a big deal to those of us that live out here and come out here. And I may never see John or Buck again, or I may see them tomorrow if I come back out. But know that there are people, good people, that just want to see another good person out on the trail, to say hello and enjoy the beauty of everything that's out here, and that it matters how you behave. Don't bring your attitude with you, Irvin. We'll have more to say about that in another podcast, because we've got some mountain climbers, so-called mountain climbers, that are coming at things with the wrong attitude. Yeah. But in the meantime, just bring the right attitude out here and you'll be blessed. But let me tell you, the old Roby Trail down to the canyon, can't beat it. Path up, just enough to make you breathe a little bit, and the rain is mostly stopped, which doesn't really matter either way. But it's a lovely midwinter day. I need to wipe my glasses off too. Just saw a couple, and they had a couple of black labs out here. And it was their first day on the trail. And they were having a good time. They were trying not to completely lose their minds, but they had been trained, and were not completely losing it, and may have been just a few months old, but the folks said it was their first day out on the trail, so they were doing better than a lot of people do. So, highly recommend the old Roby Trail for those of you who cannot escape the Soviet of Washington. And until you can escape, and I'm talking to myself, this is a good place to escape too. It's very close. Doesn't take much effort to get there or get back, and it's beautiful.